Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, winter hits Oswego for the first time this season.
And concerns are being raised about the payment of on-campus dining hall workers.
Plus, a former Syracuse resident has been arrested over an alleged shooting.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Mia Dirks.
And I'm Matthew Rivenberg.
For the first time this school year, winter has come to Oswego. A winter weather warning went into effect yesterday night, and students were excited to see roughly 4 inches of snow fall over the past 24 hours.
With all the snow came a morning of plowing for city and campus plowers as they tried to clear the streets for the morning commute. Oswego City Schools closed for the day, but SUNY Oswego remained open for classes, although some professors elected to hold classes on Zoom. While this might have been the first taste of winter in Oswego, it won't be the last.
And on the topic of snow, WTOP-10 meteorologist Brendan Rice is outside braving the elements.
Brendan, tell us what it's like out there.
Thanks, guys. We're out here right in front of Murano. It's pretty chilly. Wind chill conditions here are into the teens following this crazy of a snow day ahead of us. Currently, conditions are, again, pretty chilly. Snow is on the ground, and there is expected to be more to come in the future forecast, plus a look at the bigger picture and the week ahead. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Brendan. Today, SUNY Oswego recently announced the appointment of Karen Crow as the interim vice president for communication and marketing. Crow, who brings more than 30 years of experience to the position, will work to market the college's academic programs and campus involvements. She joins fellow members of the president's executive leadership team and will work under tenure from December 1st until May 2024.
Recent software updates and renovations to the SUNY Oswego's Shinneman Planetarium have provided expanded technology, ease of use, and additional learning opportunities for students in the astronomy minor. The upgrade process began more than a year ago and started with learning limitations of starry nights. A grant by the Shinneman and Dode funded the planetarium's upgrades.
Work but no pay? Problems are recently arising across campus dining halls that not many know about.
Our Jolie Santiago has an exclusive interview with a student worker who is dealing with the system's wrongdoing.
So I heard that the pay is a bit more, a bit above the other jobs on campus.
That's just another student's idea of the dining hall experience. Student workers are paid $14.20, as that is the SUNY minimum wage. However, workers are not seeing all of that money.
The time card system at the dining hall is rounding off time that people are working, and so they're not getting paid properly for the hours that they work.
Ryan Gallagher is a senior at SUNY Oswego and has been working at the dining hall for 2 years. He was the first to bring up concerns with the time card system.
The way that it works is that it's set up to round the time in increments of like tenths of an hour. And when I first noticed that, I was just interested in how that works.
So in April 2023, he did something about it.
Services, I had been emailing them, I went in person to their offices, and I actually I obtained all of those records. I got my time cards from the past 2 years. Did some math, I compared it to the way that they had been rounding to the way that they're supposed to round in accordance with those standards. And so I could actually walk in and I could say and I could show the director and be like, hey, here's this issue, here's how it's affecting people. I've got the math, I've got everything calculated and sorted out right here. This is the amount of money that I've lost over the past 2 years as an employee.
His commitment to getting paid worked out in his favor.
Last spring, and it was like, hey, we've looked over this based on our evaluation. We've determined that you were underpaid by X amount. It was about $100, and at that point it had been maybe a year and a half that I'd worked there.
When Gallagher was able to receive compensation, he was also told the system would change.
Now we're headed towards the end of the semester. That system hasn't been updated, the issue hasn't been fixed, and so the problem is ongoing and is something that we still want to work towards getting changed.
Change is the reason for this push.
I know there are certainly kids there who are working a lot more hours than I am. I've never been even really close to the maximum number of hours, just due to my schedule. But there are kids who really do need that money and who are working there a lot more hours, and that's going to affect them, more than it's affected me.
When Executive Director of Auxiliary Services, Stephen McAfee, was asked about the time card system, he said, quote, he has had no reports of such. So this is an ongoing situation, but we'll be sure to have more for you on WTOP-10 TV. From now, I'm Jolie Santiago.
SUNY Oswego is now participating in a program that helps donate shoes to families in need. The program, known as Tithe My Shoes, is entering its 10th year and helps connect new and gently used shoes with local residents around the holiday season. Those interested in donating to the drive can find a box in the Murano Campus Center, which will be available until December 8th.
The Oswego County Health Department received reports of elevated blood level in an individual, which could have been linked to a recent FDA recall. Several cinnamon brand applesauce pouches have been recalled due to potential lead contamination. The FDA recalled Wanabana apple cinnamon fruit puree pouches, Schnucks cinnamon flavored applesauce pouches and variety pack, and Weiss cinnamon applesauce pouches. The affected pouches were sold nationwide at various retailers. The health department urges parents to check their homes for the recalled products.
A new system bringing automated speeding ticket radars will soon begin downstate. Mobile units will be placed along popular roadways across New York City and Long Island, including I-84 and I-87. The systems monitor the speed of oncoming cars and take photos of a violator's license plate and recorded speed. Fines range from $50 to $100, and if affected drivers have the ability to dispute the fees online. The state claims that the revenue earned from the program will go towards the initiative's expenses, along with the future work safety trainings.
A former resident of Syracuse has been arrested for a possible hate crime in Vermont. 48-year-old Jason J. Eaton was arrested on Saturday afternoon in Burlington, Vermont, after he allegedly shot 3 20-year-old Palestinian students near the University of Vermont campus. According to Vice, 2 of the 3 students shot were wearing keffiyehs and speaking a mixture of English and Arabic. Eaton stood on his porch and shot the 3 men unprovoked.
Still ahead tonight, with the rise of charity donations comes the rise of scams. What to watch out for this holiday season.
And updates on the Murdaugh trials, what happened at his recent sentencing.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Candlelight Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of time.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Hey, there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling.
What?
Well, good evening, Oswego. I'm your Storm Team 10 meteorologist, Brendan Rice. Now, currently, winter has made a strong return today, as well potential for snowfall continues into tonight and even tomorrow, plus a bigger picture at what's going on and what's in store for the week ahead. Now, current conditions in Oswego, as we just saw a few minutes ago, it's about 30 degrees, but it feels like 19. Those wind gusts pushing up from the west up to as much as 26 miles per hour currently. Relatively mild humidity, and it's cloudy with some opening skies out there as well. So some stars are visible as we're having a break in the snow this evening. That's not going to last for very long, however. So across upstate New York, though, today, and especially in the Lake Ontario Basin, has been hit especially hard by these wintry conditions. We have seen a lot of variety in what's happening around the areas, from around 2 inches in snow depth here in Oswego, and only 1 inch in Watertown, to as much as 15 inches of snow in Redfield up in the Tug Hill Plateau region. Now, of course, these totals are a bit skewed because of the incredibly strong winds that we've had throughout the day. So that's been drifting snow here and there. That can drastically affect the totals. That doesn't include actual snowfall. It's just what is on the ground. And in certain patches, it can be a lot more. Now, as we're looking towards warnings across the state, there is still many, including in Oswego County. We're still under a lake effect warning until 7 in the morning tomorrow, as well as certain areas that are in purple or in winter weather advisories, such as Watertown. Now, this is going to continue again into tomorrow morning. As we look towards radar, currently over the area, as you can see, some snow bands moving from the south. They're making their way up north towards the Tug Hill Plateau. So areas relatively south of Oswego are going to get a lot less snow in the coming nights. So we're looking snowfall totals of the Tug Hill Plateau. Still could see another 3 to 6 inches of snow, and that's not accounting for the fact that this is lake effect bands, so those can vary wildly in those regions. Oswego, we're looking at an additional 1 to 3 inches here with those continuous winds that can continue to drift. So keep an eye out for that, while traces across much of the state. Now, looking into tomorrow for your commute, we have at 9 in the morning some partly sunny skies, some light snow showers moving in towards the mid-afternoon, and some flurries coming that evening. As your big picture, we're seeing right now current conditions with a cold, cold air coming down from Canada, making its way. Jet stream is currently pretty low with this trough, and that humid air will be moving in later this week. So just some quick driving tips for winter driving. Make sure to check your tires, remove ice and snow before you go driving, and remember that it can be dangerous out there. Skidding is certainly a possibility. This is just your 7-day forecast as well. You can see temperatures increasing into the 40s. Temperatures in the lows remaining relatively in the low to mid 30s. And we see that change over from snow towards rain and even a wintry precip as we head into next week. That's all from me. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Brendan. Now, a search is underway along the Mississippi River near New Orleans for several crew members who went missing from a bulk carrier vessel. The Coast Guard says they received an alert about the 4 men potentially being in the water Monday night. The crew members are all believed to be of Bangladeshi nationality.
Former South Carolina attorney Alex Murdaugh was given a 27-year state prison sentence. Murdaugh previously pleaded guilty to nearly 24 fraud and money laundering charges. Today's sentence was part of a negotiated plea deal. Murdaugh is currently serving 2 life sentences for the 2021 murders of his wife and son. He has requested a new trial in that case, citing alleged witness jury tampering by the county clerk.
It's the season of giving and the season of holiday scams. Karen Kaifa is in Washington with what to know this holiday season.
Amid the bustle of holiday shopping and spending, it's also a good time of year to give back. Unfortunately, scammers will deploy common tricks to take advantage of the busy season.
There are so many things that we interact with online and things that we do online, and that goes for both work and personal life. that, there are a lot of ways to get people to act.
Hank Schless of cybersecurity company Lookout says phishing scams, emails or text messages encouraging a recipient to follow a link to a fake website that looks like the real deal can prompt a consumer to give away critical information like logins and passwords.
Once they steal that, they'll go and basically, they have these programs that can automatically try your credentials across thousands of other websites, including, banking websites and things like that.
As Americans make end-of-year online donations to support causes and groups, the Federal Trade Commission warns scammers often put pressure on consumers to donate right away, often using the name of a group that seems legitimate to cause confusion. Before giving, seek out websites that evaluate charities like the Better Business Bureau's Give.org, or check a charity's standing with the IRS. And use a credit card or check for donations. The FTC says asking for cash or gift cards can be signs of a scam. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
And when WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, support, attacks, plus some extra confusion.
More when we come back after the break.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 News. Here's your health and consumer update.
The digital age connects people and our lives and oftentimes helps run them, being vital to running much of our country's infrastructure. The bad part of so much digitization is the vulnerability to hackers. Laura Geary has more on that.
I'm surprised, but I'm not shocked. I mean, we've seen attacks from nation-state adversaries on a lot of our infrastructure.
Pennsylvania Representative Chris DeLuzio reacting to one of the nation's latest critical system cyber attacks on an out-of-the-way municipal water authority in his state, in the city of Aliquippa, about 35 minutes northwest of Pittsburgh. Local officials say an automated control system manufactured by the Israeli-based company Unitronics shut down Friday. When it was rebooted, a message appeared on a monitor screen saying,
"Our system had been hacked by legal right from the cyber avengers, down with Israel."
The Department of Homeland Security is now investigating the attack by the self-proclaimed cyber avengers. Federal officials say it's a pro-Iran anti-Israeli group that has claimed several similar attacks on X, formerly Twitter. Aliquippa authorities confirmed that no customers lost water service, as workers were able to operate the affected system manually. But it's one of several U.S. infrastructure alarm bells in recent days. Since Thanksgiving Day, several hospitals in East Texas and New Jersey have been forced to scale back patient care after separate suspected ransomware attacks crippled critical technology systems. Authorities in both states are working with federal investigators to find out what happened and resume full operations.
We've got to make sure we're giving local governments and state governments the means to protect themselves against bad actors who are sophisticated, countries like Iran, China, North Korea.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Tonight, there's been a massive recall issued by California-based HMC Farms on their peaches, plums, and nectarines. These fruits have been sold out at Publix, Walmart, Sam's Club, Sprouts Farmers Market, Albertsons, and Aldi. They may have also been sent to other companies who have frozen the produce or relabeled it. Fruit currently on the shelf is perfectly safe, but your peaches from November 15th and before may be contaminated with Listeria, which has killed 1 person and hospitalized 10 others. Make sure to wash your produce and stay healthy. And coming up in sports, it's our reporter Garrett Chan.
Hey Garrett, can you give us a quick preview? Anything crazy or wild going on in the world of sports?
I certainly can. Coming up in sports, the spark of the Oswego State men's basketball team received SUNYAC Athlete of the Week honors, plus a recap of last night's action in both the NFL and the NHL. All of that and more when you come back.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
La 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 la. Free. La 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 la. La 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 la. Trees.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. I'm Garrett Chan, filling in for Alex Brooks with your Tuesday night sports report, and let's get right into it. Following their 66-58 victory over the St. Lawrence University Saints last night, the Oswego State men's basketball team improved to 5-0 and are off to their best start since 2018. Much of the program's early success can be attributed to Lakers senior guard Jeremiah Sparks, who earned SUNYAC Men's Basketball Athlete of the Week honors for his 32-point, 10-rebound performance last Monday in the Lakers' 79-68 win over the Nazareth Golden Flyers. Averaging 21.2 points, 6.2 boards, and 2.7 assists, Sparks and the Lakers return to action this weekend against the Potsdam Bears on Friday and the Plattsburgh State Cardinals on Saturday. Heading over to Syracuse and the JMA Wireless Dome, the Orange basketball team returned home for the first time in 2 weeks to face LSU in the ACC-SEC Challenge. This marks only the second meeting between these two basketball programs, with the Orange having the edge in the matchup with a 76-64 victory back in 1985. Overall, the Syracuse Orange have a 29-22 record at all time against SEC opponents, and they improved that here tonight with an 80-57 victory led by Judah Mintz with 33 points. From college hoops to professional hoops, a case of good news, bad news for LeBron James last night as the Los Angeles Lakers suffered a 138-94 loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. Another NBA individual record was broken by James as he became the league's all-time leader in minutes played, accounting for both regular season and playoffs. LeBron's 66,319 minutes surpassed Lakers legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's 66,297 minutes. But the outcome was not as pretty, as the Lakers' 44-point loss was the largest in LeBron James' legendary 21-year career. LeBron and the Lakers look to put this game in the rearview mirror when they face the Detroit Pistons tomorrow night. Moving to the gridiron, on Monday Night Football, the struggling Chicago Bears had a close contest finally go in their favor, defeating the Minnesota Vikings by a score of 12-10. Snapping their 12-game losing streak against NFC North opponents, the Bears got help from Vikings quarterback Josh Dobbs, who threw not one, not two, not three, but 4 interceptions. Missing from 48 on the first drive of the game, Carlos Santos eventually drills a 30-yard field goal to seal the win for the Bears, becoming the first NFL team this season to win a game without scoring a touchdown. Now let's head over to the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, between the Rangers and the Buffalo Sabres. This team contest featured teams on opposite ends of the Eastern Division. Sabres strike first in the first period, courtesy of J.J. Peterka. His 9th goal of the season gets past the right shoulder of Igor Shesterkin. The Sabres rolling on in the early stages of this contest. We head toward the closing minute or final minute of the second period, a chance for the Sabres in the Rangers D zone. Initial save by Shesterkin and a loose rebound leads to a quick wrist shot by Alex Tuch. You see it here again. Quick pass across the ice, shot here off Shesterkin, and Tuch, right place, right time, net puts it in the back of the net. The Rangers have a chance in the third period to get themselves in this. Mika Zibanejad on the one-timer power play goal for the New York Rangers gets the Rangers a little bit closer, 2-1. But the Sabres would just put it out of reach. In the final 4.5 minutes, the Buffalo Sabres make something happen. Another goal by Alex Tuch, his second goal. And in the final 4:30, Sabres go on to win 5-1 in this contest.
Thank you, Garrett. What are you guys looking forward to at the end of the semester?
Just ready to get out of here and kind of enjoy some time with friends over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And just enjoying the holiday season in general.
Yeah, the holidays too as well. What about you, Brandon?
I'm looking ready to travel. Hopefully there won't be any delays from any more winter weather.
Yeah. Well, that's our report for tonight.
We appreciate your support.
Have a great night, everyone.
Thanks for watching.
As the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and become briefly
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.